Many thanks for joining us on today's Aso Briefing. I am Joy Annie. Our top stories. President Bola Tinubu appoints 26 into 10 federal agencies and commissions. Kuje chairman expresses dissatisfaction over state of primary health care facilities, orders urgent improvement. And of course, on sports, Super Eagles maintained the 26th position in the latest FIFA Men's World Ranking. And now you're watching Aso Briefing. We are live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of 26 individuals into the 10 federal government agencies and commission in a statement signed by the Federal and Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanaga. The appointment includes former Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose as chairman of the Rural Electrification Agency, with Alhaji Ahmadu Abubakar and Engineer Ilyasu Ibrahim Mankita appointed as members and non-executive directors. The President also approved 8 appointments to the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, with Major General Jundai Bindawa retired as chairman and Olajumoke Okoye Thomas as secretary. Other appointees include Dr. Ogbole Ene Lilian, Oladele Olatumbosu, Yakubu Umar Barde, Dr. May Adamu Yo and Ginika Florence Tor, Engineer Lawrence Oko and Bello Maranike Iyabodi. Other appointments also include Dr. Abu Muhammad as Director General of the National Population Commission, Dr. Kinola Odeyemi as Managing Director of the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company, and Dr. Anthony Inalegu Godwin as Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Atomic Energy Commission. Engineer Julius Oloro is the new Chief Executive Officer of the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization in Kwara State. President Tinubu also constituted the board of the Fiscal Responsibility Commission with Dr. Abdullahi Mai Kano Saidu as chairman. Other members are Muhammad Asmo, Muhammad Aliyu Makama, Dr. Suleiman Gidado, Lois Ndukwe Amechi Ugwele, and Olani Idowu Onikala. He also said that others are Tosin Johnson Adeyanju, formerly Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund, has also been moved to the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission as Secretary. Now, President Bola Tinubu has directed the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed, to lead Nigeria's delegation to the United Nations high-level meeting on road safety in New York. Representing the President, the Corps Marshal reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to reducing road traffic deaths through stronger road safety policies, technology-driven enforcement, and improved emergency response. He also highlighted Nigeria's leadership in Africa through the Nigeria Road Assessment Program and called for greater international cooperation to achieve the UN target of halving road traffic deaths and injuries by 2030.
And reinforce evidence-based road safety management through the National Crash Reporting Information System, NACRIS, while enhancing post-crash care with a state-of-the-art National Emergency Call Center and a 24-hour ambulance service to ensure prompt response to crash. Nigeria also launched Nigeria Road Assessment Program, Nigeria RAP, in partnership with International Road Safety Assessment Program, IRAP, to advance the safe system approach and improve road infrastructure safety. Nigeria is equally privileged to host the Secretariat of the African Association of Road Safety Lead Agencies, ASLA, providing a platform for continental collaboration, knowledge exchange and sharing, and institutional strengthening among African road safety institutions. In line with our commitment to sustainable mobility, Nigeria is implementing the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas and electric vehicles, while developing robust safety standards for heavy goods vehicles and emerging transport technologies. While Nigeria has recorded significant progress, important gaps remain, particularly in intelligent enforcement technologies, road infrastructure, safety assessment, and institutional capacity development. Nigeria, therefore, calls upon the international community to strengthen technical cooperation, facilitate technology guided by Marrakesh Declaration 2025. Nigeria remains resolute in accelerating the implementation of the global plan for the decade of action for road safety 2021 to 2030. Deeply concerned by the findings of the WHO Global Status Report on road safety, which identified Africa as the region with the highest road safety fatality rate, Nigeria has reinvigorated the implementation of the Nigerian Road Safety Strategy 2021-2030. This whole government multi-sectoral strategy enjoys the full support of the federal government and is coordinated through the National Road Safety Advisory Council, chaired by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The meeting is expected to adopt a declaration to accelerate global road safety efforts. And now back home, the chairman of Kwali Area Council, Mr. Nuhu Daniel Kwali, has received the 4 paramount traditional rulers in the council on the first official courtesy visit since his assumption of office, reaffirming his administration's commitment to inclusive governance, security, and sustainable development. The delegation, led by the Etsu of Kwali, His Royal Highness Luka Ayedo Nizanan III, included the Chief of Pai, Alhaji Abubakar Sani Pai, the Aguma of Gomani, Alhaji Adamu Saba, and the Etsumi Wako, Alhaji Abdulaziz Usman. During the meeting, the chairman held discussions with traditional rulers on issues affecting the well-being of residents, with particular emphasis on strengthening the security of lives and property, as well as accelerating developmental projects across the 10 political wards of the area council. Mr. Nuhu Daniel Kwali also received representatives of IMOE Solution System Limited, who paid him a congratulatory visit following his electoral victory and inauguration as chairman. In a related development, a delegation from the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, representing the state commandant, visited the chairman to appreciate his prompt intervention following the recent security incident along the Yangoji Abaji Road. The delegation also commended his commitment to enhancing security across Kwali Area Council. The chairman further met with the management of the local education authority, the LEA Kwali, where discussions focused on improving the quality of education, enhancing service delivery, and strengthening collaboration between the council and the education sector. The day's engagement concluded with an executive council meeting involving the management of Kwali Area Council to review administrative priorities and fast-track the implementation of the administration's development programs. The chairman reiterated that his administration remains focused on providing purposeful leadership through strategic partnership, inclusive governance, and people-centered policies aimed at improving the lives of residents and ensuring sustainable development across all communities in the Kwali Area Council. Now let's turn our attention to Kuje, where the chairman of Kuje Area Council, Mr. Danjuma Samuel Shokolo, has expressed dissatisfaction over the poor state of some primary healthcare centers, the PHCs, in the area council, describing the situation as unaccepted and inconsistent with his administration's commitment to providing quality healthcare services to residents. The chairman stated this during an inspection tour of selected primary healthcare centers and the ongoing drainage evacuation exercise along major roads corridors within the council. Let's hear more from correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar.
Speaking during the inspection, Mr. Danjuma Samuel Shekolo said primary health care facilities are expected to provide safe, accessible, and efficient medical services to the people. He, however, lamented that the condition of some of the facilities falls far below acceptable standards and does not reflect an environment where residents can confidently seek health care.
Those who are in charge are not also helping matters because they are not maintaining the facilities. You can just see like this one we're standing now, 2 doors are down. How many minutes will it take them to fix it? And these are the challenges that we have generally, that government structures cannot be maintained because we see them as government structures. These are health centers. Nothing seems to be working in the health centers completely.
The chairman stressed that improving infrastructure alone will not guarantee quality health care unless it is matched by the commitment, professionalism, and dedication of health personnel. He warned that his administration will no longer tolerate negligence, absenteeism, indiscipline, or poor work ethics among health workers, emphasizing that every staff member must take responsibility for the facilities under their care and discharge their duties with the highest level of professionalism.
I believe that with what we have, some of these facilities, we're going to see how to make sure that we fix them. But while fixing them, let me also charge those who are in charge that will not continue to fix this facility while they continue to damage them or to spoil those facilities.
Mr. Shokolo also inspected the ongoing drainage evacuation exercise along major roads in Kuje and expressed satisfaction with the pace and quality of work, noting that the exercise is aimed at preventing flooding, improving sanitation, and ensuring a cleaner environment for residents. In a related development, the chairman directed security agencies to immediately intensify operations against miscreants and tout, popularly known as scavengers, operating within the Kuje main market, with a view to restoring law and order and safeguarding traders and residents. Mr. Shekolo reaffirmed his administration commitment to delivering quality healthcare, improved infrastructure, enhanced security, and a cleaner environment as part of its broader agenda to improve the welfare and quality of life of the people of Kuje Area Council. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
Now, the Federal Capital Territory FCT Police Command has arrested 4 of its officers for allegedly abandoning their lawful duty post, conducting an unauthorized traffic enforcement operation and extorting 52,000 naira from a motorist, later identified as the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Order-Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliu. The officers ASP Clement Ehigala, ASP Sunday Opei, Inspector Samuel Onoja, and Sergeant Yakubu Emmanuel reportedly left their designated duty posts on July 11, 2026 at about 3:34 p.m. and proceeded to Banex Plaza Junction in Wuse 2, Abuja, where they carried out an illegal traffic operation. According to the FCT Police Command, the officers stopped a motorist on allegations of violating traffic regulations and allegedly extorted 52,000 naira from him. The victim was later confirmed to be the ICPC chairman, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliu. Reacting to the complaint, the Commissioner of Police FCT Command, CP Ahmed Mohammed Sanusi, ordered immediate arrest of the 4 officers and directed that they face orderly room trial for abandoning their assigned duty post, engaging in unauthorized traffic enforcement, and alleged extortion. The command disclosed that disciplinary proceedings have commenced against the officers in accordance with the Nigeria Police Force established regulations. In a statement issued on Monday by the police public relations officer SP Josephine Ade, the command reiterated its commitment to professionalism, accountability, and zero tolerance for misconduct by police personnel, assuring members of the public that any officers found culpable would be sanctioned in line with extant regulations. Well, we will take a pause now. When we return, more stories to stay with us.
In Biggie's house, there's no place to hide. And even when you think no one is watching, the energy can swing in an instant. This BB Naija Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale, because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking. When the world watches, Will you be outshined? Or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Naija Season 11 starts Sunday, July 26th, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Many thanks for staying there. Now to the rest of the stories. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Tuesday said the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Kemi Nanandab, is not under investigation over alleged visa racketing, contrary to media reports linking her to the ongoing visa fraud probe. The clarification came as the anti-graft agency maintained that its investigation remains focused on some immigration officers accused of alleged visa fraud, with more prosecutions likely as the probe continues. In a statement by its head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, the EFCC described report linking Nandab to the investigation as inaccurate. The agency, however, said criminal proceedings over the alleged visa fraud are already pending against some officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service at the Federal High Court. Beyond the pending cases, the EFCC disclosed that its investigation is continuing and could result in fresh charges against additional immigration officers. Now, the anti-graft agency reiterated that the ongoing investigation does not in any way involve the Immigration Comptroller General. It also urged media organizations to seek clarification from the Commission before publishing reports on its activities to avoid misrepresentation in the facts. And now Nigeria has taken a major step towards reducing carbon emission in the aviation sector with the inauguration of a National High-Level Sustainable Aviation Fuel (SAF) Steering Committee and the launch of an ICAO-supported business implementation study. The initiative, unveiled in Abuja by the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority in collaboration with the International Civil Aviation Organization, the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, is aimed at positioning Nigeria as a leading producer of sustainable aviation fuel in Africa. Representing the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, Director of Air Transport Management, Ahmed Tijani Abdullahi, said sustainable aviation fuel offers Nigeria an opportunity to cut aviation emission while attracting investment, creating jobs and boosting energy security. The minister noted that Nigeria's abundant agricultural resources, expanding refining capacity, and strategic location provide a strong foundation for developing a viable, sustainable aviation fuel industry. The Director General of the NCAA, Captain Chris Najomo, described the program as a major milestone in Nigeria's aviation sustainability drive, saying the feasibility study provides a roadmap for commercial SAF production and marks the country's transition from planning to implementation. While the newly inaugurated steering committee will coordinate implementation of the program, while the business implementation study will identify commercially viable projects capable of attracting local and international investments. Now, the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tijani Lausa, has commissioned an upgraded digital e-library at the Federal Government College, Kano, as part of efforts by the federal government to strengthen digital learning and improve educational outcomes across the country. The minister, who spoke during an inspection of key education projects in Kano State, also reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to the proposed public-private partnership land swap initiative at the college. Education correspondent Sobara Usman tells us more.
Dr. Tunji Alausa said the project, when implemented, will generate resources for provision of better classrooms, hostels, and other critical infrastructure for students.
Is to talk about the PPP, the land swap arrangement. We've spoken to the principal. This land swap arrangement will benefit the school. We'll go around now. There's no need keeping so many hectares of land that we're not going to use in 100 years. If we can have partnership to mobilize resources, to expand capacity, improve the physical infrastructure here, we will do it. Let the old students of Kano, FGC Kano, hear this loudly. The government will do what we think will be beneficial to the student. Our goal is not about sentiment, it's not about emotion, it's about giving every Nigerian child the highest quality of education. And we need resources to do that. It's about innovative domestic resource mobilization.
At the bilingual school in Ngogo, Dr. Alausa expressed satisfaction with the progress of work, which he said is about 19% complete and expected to be delivered by August 31, 2026, describing the bilingual school initiative as a key intervention in tackling the out-of-school challenge in the country.
Bilingual schools are designed to move our marginally and out-of-school children off the street into school. That's a big part of, that's one of the plans of our out-of-school strategy, to continue to move children off the street to in school. And we've been quite successful in the new strategies we've deployed as part of our Nigeria Education Sector Renewal Initiative. In the last 24 months, we've moved over 1 million children out of school back to school. And our goal is, beyond bringing them back to school, is to help retention.
Kept at 1.5% into the sector, and coming to 2026 also, where he set aside 30% into the education sector. So you can see we are very happy because with all the intervention we are getting from the federal government, and you see both are committed, both His Excellency the Governor and also the Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the idea is for them to, the good line outcome. That's what we're after.
At Federal Government College Kano, the minister commissioned a renovated digital e-library equipped with solar power and nearly 80 computer workstations. The minister said the federal government will continue to expand access to quality education, strengthen digital learning, and modernize infrastructure, while assuring that all policies and partnerships will remain focused on improving opportunities for Nigerian children.
Now, a moment of joy and excitement filled the atmosphere as Pottersville Bacon Academy gathered to celebrate class of 2026 in commemoration of its 6th graduation and prize-giving ceremony. Speaking with Aso Radio and Television during the graduation ceremony held in Abuja, the school head teacher, Mr. Caesar Ato, reflected on its theme, the role of technology in modern education as a major drive in Nigeria's educational growth. Pelumi Adeyemi tells us more.
The colorful graduation ceremony was marked by excitement and celebration as graduating students, parents, teachers, and distinguished guests gathered to commemorate another academic milestone. Head teacher Mr. Caesar Atso expressed his satisfaction with the students' recent concluded examination performance and stressed that the event was focused on the growing importance of technology in preparing students for the future.
Very good ambition, and we have given birth to this, and the Lugbe community is feeling the impact. My advice to parents is that parents should endeavor to acquire a laptop for their children, so that even after the school practical, the children will be able to carry on with the practical at home.
Speaking also, the Parents Teacher Association Chairman, Pottersville Academy, Mr. Chioke Ugochukwu, noted that digital learning platforms, artificial intelligence, virtual classrooms, and online research have expanded access to quality education and improved learning outcomes.
So many things, just like their slogan says, you come in as a clay and you go as a beacon. You know what beacon is? It shines everywhere. So I've interacted with so many parents, even people who their children are not here, but the children are not here. And they've given me assurance, reasons why they should bring their child here. And there are this particular woman I met, when her child was in a particular school, from her testimony, the child was taken first. But when the child was brought here, and they have high-level standard when it comes to learning.
Parents express appreciation to the school for providing quality education while equipping students with practical digital competencies needed for higher education and modern workplace.
I feel so happy, I feel so excited to think that my first daughter is graduating from the primary section to the secondary section. It's a thing of joy, and I return all the glory to God.
The ceremony featured the presentation of certificates and awards to outstanding students, cultural performances, musical displays, and a symbol of graduation procession, all witnessed by enthusiastic family members and well-wishers. Pelumi Adeyemi, Aso Television News.
Now, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has commenced the implementation of the Digital, Electronic, Online, or Non-Traditional Consumer Leading Regulations 2025 (DION) regulations. The Commission announced on Monday that the decision followed the ruling of Justice A.L. Alagoa of the Federal High Court in Lagos, who dismissed the suit filed by the Wireless Application Service Providers Association of Nigeria, WASPAN, challenging the legality of the regulation. The FCCPC, in a statement signed by its Director of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Ondaje Ijagu, disclosed that the court dismissed the plaintiff's originating summons and in its entirety refused all the relief sought and upheld the validity of the DION regulations, ruling that they were made within the Commission's statutory and constitutional powers. The statement indicates that the court also upheld the specific provision of the regulations challenged in the suit and vacated the interim ex parte order that had temporarily restrained the Commission from implementing and enforcing the rules. The Commission explained that with the restraining order now discharged, the legal obstacle that prompted the temporary suspension of the regulatory regulations has been removed, marking the framework fully operational and enforceable once again. While applauding the court's decision, it noted that the DION regulations were introduced to promote responsible digital learning and lending, strengthening regulatory accountability, curb exploitative lending practices, and enhance consumer protection in Nigeria's rapidly growing digital lending sector. According to the Commission, it will continue to ensure that innovation and fiscal financial inclusion thrive within a transparent, fair and accountable regulatory environment that inspires confidence among consumers, investors and responsible operators. And just before we go, the UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham has announced a tax cut to ease cost of living pressures as he was set to convene his first cabinet meeting Tuesday. He pledged to re-industrialize Britain and decentralize power as well as end sleeping rule on the street after he met King Charles III at Buckingham Palace to become the head of government following Starmer's departure. This was after he took power Monday. He promised a 10-year plan to ease cost of living pressures and signaled a tilt to the left. He immediately got to work as he moved swiftly to stamp his authority on the new government by sacking several Starmer loyalists from his cabinet, including Rachel Reeves and David Lammy, while moving some ministers to other jobs and promoting allies, replacing Keir Starmer in Downing Street. He held separate calls with U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky before appointing his ministerial team. The monarch, fourth prime minister since he acceded to the throne in 2022 and Britain's seventh in just over a decade, Burnham said the country needed to show the world it could regain stability. Away to sport now. The Super Eagles of Nigeria has maintained their 26th position in the latest FIFA men's world ranking, but dropped to 4th place among African nations following the release of the updated standing. The Super Eagles ranking remained unchanged after their last outing, a 2-1 defeat to Portugal in an intentional international friendly in June, with no competitive fixtures since then. The result had left impact on Nigeria's position in the global ranking, despite retaining their place in the world standing, where Nigeria were overtaken on the African ranking by Egypt, whose impressive performance at the 2026 FIFA World Cup earned them a rise on the continent. The Pharaohs advanced to the round of 16 before bowing out after a narrow 3-2 loss to eventual runner-up Argentina. Well, FIFA is expected to publish its next men's world ranking on October 7th, 2026. Well, that's the much we can take on Aso Briefing today. Thank you for your time. I am Joy Annie. Have a good day ahead.